Adam 12, Nadya from Pussy Riot. How are you, Nadya?
Hello. I'm good. I'm just hot under this mask.
Let's talk about the mask. Is the mask by necessity today? Is it by necessity all the time, pretty much?
It is, because we're Pussy Riot and we're wearing masks.
And it's funny too. I do want to lean heavily on this. It's not a gimmick. It's not like it's by necessity that you go into public like this because you've had some pretty big problems in the past. Yes.
How would you draw a line between art and gimmick?
Right. That's a good point.
Because when Marina Abramovic is sitting still for 3 months in MoMA for her performance, one can say that, or it's just a gimmick.
Yeah.
She doesn't have to do it, but it's something that we chose to follow, and that's part of our rules. And we think mask is really important. No, partly because you don't want the government know your face,
right.
But our government knows my face. But I just want to share the idea of wearing a mask, and I think for some people it may be really useful so they can enjoy their anonymity for a long time. Because once the government knows your identity as an activist, you may have all sorts of troubles, and not just in Russia but in other countries too, and in the US probably too. And another thing is just like data gathering became such a big thing, and that they're face recognition machines, and they're following you basically everywhere. You all have surveillance cameras everywhere, and it would be hard to wear a mask all the time. But I think as humanity, we have to find a way how to escape from this regime of control.
This is a necessity, and obviously your personal saga with the Russian government, with Putin, has been well documented. The band's is as well. But you bring up a very important point that a lot of the troubles that you were seeing a decade ago in Russia, they're coming to light here in the United States under Trump's administration. Talk a little bit, because you've been so active and so involved in activism in Russia for many years, and really even globally. Share with us your perspective, because obviously, I'm here in America. I'm seeing the last 18 months under Trump and seeing the atrocities that are happening. Share your perspective with what you're seeing happening in the United States now under Trump.
I see similarities in the attitude to press
Sure.
of Trump and Putin. They both don't like to be criticized, and the difference is that Putin is an authoritarian ruler, and Trump is wannabe authoritarian ruler, luckily to you. So he kind of shut down all press that dislikes him, but he makes them dislikes and bans them on Twitter. I see a lot of similarities in intentions, but our political systems are pretty different. So that's why Trump cannot go that far as Putin goes. Another similarity is their attitude to women. Because Putin said a couple of times when he was talking actually with women entrepreneurs that your basic goal in life is just to produce more and more kids for our government, for our country, and maybe your second thing is to make a business, but don't forget about your first goal in life.
Right.
And I guess for Trump, the first goal in life for every woman has to be to satisfy his greedy sexual desires.
No, that's that, and I think that's a very accurate way to put it. Now, I'll ask you, because you have been involved in activism with your art and your music for so long, standing up to Putin, standing up to his regime in Russia. Give us some pointers. Give us some help. This sucks. This is not fun. We're not enjoying. Those of us with a head on our shoulders.
Do you want to give me some help?
Absolutely. We can work together.
Because every time when I hear this question, I'm like, oh yeah, cool. I just made a revolution in Russia, and I came to America to see how you will make yours.
Check. I got Russia done. Now I'm going to come over to America. But honestly though, I think. And I think there's a lot of you can put that on, exactly. There's a good blending of art and commerce right there. But yes, feel free. You can hang on to that too if you want to. It looks quite nice. Now you're reminding me a little bit of Rorschach from The Watchmen, if you get that reference at all. I don't know if you're a comic book fan at all. But no, really though, just speak a little bit about, I guess it's not like it's going to solve itself overnight, but it's more, I think, about a mindset, embracing a different way of looking at the structures of power in government and society, and how you kind of approach your day-to-day to kind of try to do a little bit to take that down or to change things?
I see it happening in the United States. I think more and more people really embrace citizenship as their daily job. Because I felt like for a while, I wouldn't say all, because I haven't spoken with all Americans, but I like, let's say 5 years ago, I would talk to a lot of young people here in America, and I was surprised how they're not involved in political thinking at all. They were like, oh, it's just so boring. And I was like, yeah, but if you say that it's boring, then somebody else who don't think that it's boring, they will just take this place and decide everything for you. And I call it outsourcing of political struggle, because like first world countries, they're used to outsource everything, like cheap labor,
Sure.
wars, and it looks like they outsource political struggle too. To somebody else, like Bernie Sanders will do it instead of me, or somebody else will do it instead of me.
Right.
But now I see more and more people involved in politics, and I don't think actually it's me who has the right to give advice to anybody, because I didn't dramatically change the situation in Russia. But yeah, you made an important note about mindset and the importance of understanding that citizenship is a daily job.
And that's what it gets to. Yes, and
Now we have to run to our set.
okay, you get to your set. I
Yeah.
appreciate you taking time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's, Nadya from Pussy Riot here on indie617 live from Boston Calling.